Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Thursday, July 31st, 2025. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. Only the one session today, so we'll do away with that. Crude. I expect this was probably an avoidable trade, but it would have canceled out the short. So I would say first trade is this yellow trade on crude. 911.52. It's target 1 on the nose and 1 tick on the trailer. $15 and 1 is 16 ticks. And it's positive. So a one and done session. Unleaded. And is getting synced long, but ultimately gets a short right at start time. Goes up, touches the stop. It hasn't hit the entry, so that doesn't cancel. Although it doesn't print the entry, but then it shows does show it getting short here. It's targets 1 and 2. It actually goes all the way down 1 tick from target 4, 1 or 2 ticks. And comes back for a 1 tick stop on the trailer. So one and done there as well. We'll bring up micro NQ. Market just opened. Micro NQ going all the way to target 4. Soybeans. Okay, unfortunately that went through too fast to catch. As did the long there. That went to money management on Micro Russell, so nothing there. YM picks up a short. And let's see. No, that too fast to get into the long. We do pick up a short. 30, 31, 30. No, we don't pick up the short. So the long here is our trade. That one I'm not sure about either. 1160. Yeah, that's a little too fast to catch so far. That's a get in sync at this point. Pound Aussie has a potential short trade. Target is all the way down at target 4. I'd make that a 2-position trade. One position at target 4 for 12 pips, and the second position would be a trailer. All right, YM, money management, and target. So this will be a one and done session for the YM. Long setup on the micro Russell. Triggering in. Long setup on micro NQ as well. And a full stop on the micro Russell. Pound Aussie triggers in. YM is done. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Trailing out at 704. And a full stop out on the micro NQ. Not a good start to the morning for market indices. Looking for a new trade on soybeans. That trade came through our entry too quickly, right around the start time. Another long trade on the micro Russell. Plenty of time to get in. We've got just enough of a wick to keep our money management at target 1, 35.4. Short on the micro NQ. Looking elsewhere when that happened. Not quite big enough to bring target 1 as a actionable targets. So target 1 is money management. Target 2 is going to be our goal. That's fixed position. There's our goal target, target 2. Money management on the micro Russell. Trying to reach up for target 3. Micro Russell coming back, break even, stop out. So 1 loss, 1 win, or one break even rather. Short trade on the micro Russell. That's hit money management. Came down 1 tick, so it's 5. Take 1 tick from target. Closes this bar, we should start trailing. Micro Russell going through targets 3 and 4, trailing at 31.2. Now 30.3 for the micro Russell trailer. All 3 market indices headed downward. Drilling out at 27.6 on the micro Russell. Micro NQ is still short. Another short setup on the micro Russell. And now long setup. That will cancel the short. Trade is still valid, but crossover to short will give us a new crossover below. Yeah, it looks like we could get a new short on this bar. Money management on the micro NQ. Stop comes to break even. Still got a valid long trade there. And money management. Oh, I didn't look at how far I needed to move money management. 1 tick. So yeah, we got there. And that's a stop out. I saw it hit 28.4, and there it goes again. So that's out. Short trading's too fast to have caught initially. That's a get in sync. Oh, that's yeah. And we're in sync with it now. $25.9. And full stop out, and we get a long trade. Should be in this trade. So we have a loss, a break even, a win. Second break even. That's a loss. This is a pick. This one's going to be a win, or at least a break even. And we get target 2 on the micro NQ. So move our goal down to target 3. Still no trades on soybeans. Hit the entry again on the pound Aussie. And target 3 on the micro Russell. Go back and look at how many trades we've got here. Loss, break even, win. Break even is 4. Loss is 5. This is our final trade. Micro NQ. Stops and reverses. We'll make no adjustment on that since we're very much positive. Target 4 and a nice trailer. Oh, wow, market's headed up now. So 10 plus minutes to 32.8, 33.3 on the micro Russell. Money management on the micro NQ. That will come to break evens. Yeah, that's our first trade. Where is it? Did we? No, that one's. Yeah, that. The long is too early. So our first trade is the short. Ends up making target 2. And almost target 1 on the reversal. Coming back toward a break even. $33.3 for the micro Russell. Stop. No, this looks like we may go up some more. Getting back to session open. Micro Russell's in positive territory. YM is in positive territory for today. $34.8 for micro Russell. Now $35.3. $35.8. Micro NQ running into the resistance at 50 EMA in the session open. Very small trade on pound Aussie. Target is actually out at target in 12 pip minimum is out at target 4. As I mentioned earlier, I would, instead of a 5 position trade on this, I'd make it a 2 position trade. Split probably three, or 60% of my position at target 4 and 40% trailing. And did ultimately make target 2 on the micro NQ. So we'll move that up to target 3. Next goal. And we're trailing. Almost at target 1, 654 flat. Soybeans stops out of the trade that went too far too fast for us. I'm looking for a new trade there for our first trade of the day. Micro Russell up to 36.8. Two trades, 2 wins on the micro NQ. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Micro NQ trailer now up to 662.25. 37.3 for the micro Russell. I'm sorry, we're at target. We're at target 3. Yeah, target 3 for the. That's money management and our first actionable target. 2 on 3, 2 on 4, 1 on the trailer. Probably a good way to go with that. 38.3 for the micro Russell. Going through target 3 on the micro NQ and target 4. So all 3 targets, all 3 gold targets achieved, trailing at 671 flat. New session high on the micro Russell. Testing a 200 EMA on the micro NQ. How far are we from our session high? Looks like a long ways. Yeah. 23,847 for the session high. So we're still 150 pips away, or 150 points away from that. Where are we on? Yeah, YM. About 100 points from its session high. All right, there is target 3 on pound Aussie. So this will be a POQ day on 1 and done on the pound Aussie. We'll look for target 4. I'd say, splitting your 5 positions, I'd say 2 at 3, 2 at 4, and 1 on the trail. 39.3 for the micro Russell. And target 4. 508 for the trailer on the pound Aussie. $676.25 for the micro NQ stop. Strong market rally. We did stop out on the micro Russell trade, so that is done at 39.4, it looks like. 39.3. Yeah, 39.3. What was that? 39.3 from the entry at 28.8. So 10 and a half points. It's 105 ticks. $682.5 for the micro NQ trailer. And we've gone a little bit too far for crude to use that long as to get in sync. We're just over a minute to the 10 a.m. session. Exactly a minute to go. No trades so far on soybeans. Pound Aussie will be done on this when this trade completes. One and done today. YM was one and done. Crude was one and done. Unleaded was one and done. We have 4 charts complete. Micro Russell, actually 5 charts. Micro Russell is complete. Positive day there as well. So Micro NQ and Micro NQ soybeans and the 10 a.m. crude session would be our 3 active sessions, and we are in the 10 a.m. crude session. Mark that up just so we don't miss out. That trade is done. It did hit the trailing stop. So we'll look for new 9. While I'm looking at that, we have a short on the micro NQ. Stopped out on the trailer. Testing the 50 EMA on the micro NQ. And 50 EMA pinching up toward the 200. We get a little bit of a squeeze here. Two wins in the third trade on the micro NQ. No trades on soybeans. Still an active trade on the pound Aussie. That trailing position only at this point. And a full loss on the micro NQ. So 2 wins and a loss. Still a solidly positive day. No change on the pound Aussie. No trade. Flat still on micro NQ and soybeans. Crude with no trades yet. Four active charts. One just looking to complete its trade. Pound Aussie will be done with the conclusion of this trade. Long trade on micro NQ. Just above the 200 EMA. There's our first trade of the morning on soybeans. Long trade, 993 and a quarter. Looks like we'll come down a pip pound Aussie trailer on the close of this bar. So pound Aussie is still in the short. Crude is still flat. Micro NQ is long. Soybeans has a potential long. Second loss on the micro NQ. That's 4 trades. We can take one more loss or 2 more trades. Crude has a long trade. Short trade on micro NQ, already to money management. All right, Crew gets money management and target one, so that's going to be a one and done for the 10 a.m. mini session. Break even on the micro NQ, trade number 5. So one trade remaining. All right, soybeans. Still hanging around with that long setup. Crude looking for target 2 at 88. Micro NQ with a long. Final trade on this chart today. Very small wick, so that's not going to change our targets other than just slight change the size. Soybeans long is still valid. Crude still long, trying to reach up to target 2. And soybeans triggers into the low. Micro NQ taking some heat. Hanging around the session open. And there's a stop move on the pound Aussie. Down to 507. Crude reaches up, hits target 2 on the nose. 17 and 27, 44 ticks, 1 and done. And that completes the 10 a.m. crude session. Mini session. So we have the pound Aussie is still short. Micro NQ is long in its final trade of the morning. And soybeans is long in its first trade of the morning. And Micro NQ takes its third loss. It's still a positive session. Two very strongly successful trades. Pound Aussie. Within a couple of ticks of stop, still hanging in there, it looks like. I saw a 6-8, which is just 2 ticks away. And there is a there's a 7-0, so that's a stop out on the pound Aussie. 2 pips on the trailer. Two positions each at 2 positions at 12, 2 positions at 16. 24 and 32 is 56, 58 ticks, 58 pips today. So not a bad day for pound Aussie. Micro NQ is done. Everything is done except soybeans. And as slow as soybeans is moving this morning, we'll give it 5 minutes or so to see if it goes anywhere. Give it to 10:30. Basic trend looks to be down. Yeah, soybeans looks like it's kind of settling in. Not a lot of bars this morning. Today, actually, since 2:30, 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. "19 hours of price action, all still on one little screen." And soybeans came back up to the entry. Now it seems to be heading back down again. So I am going to call it a morning. Soybeans not doing much. It's going to take a while. Everybody have a good one. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow is the 1st of August. So we'll see everybody back on Tuesday. Everybody have a good one.